नमस्कार, मैं हूं साहिल और आप देख रहे हैं संचार का खास कार्यक्रम। तुलसीदास जी की एक बहुत प्यारी पंक्ति है कि परिहित सरिस धर्म नहीं भाई, अर्थात दूसरों की भलाई करने से बड़ा कोई धर्म नहीं होता। और मेरी इसी बात का जीता जागता उदाहरण है आज हमारे समक्ष बैठी मिसेस करप्रीत कौर संधू। स्वागत है मैम आपका जेसी बोस यूनिवर्सिटी में।
Thank you so very much. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
मैम फिलहाल ऑस्ट्रेलिया में चाइल्ड स्पेशलिस्ट एज वर्कर करी। मैम आप अपने बारे में कुछ बताइए हमें।
Okay. So I've been in Australia for last 8 years now, and I've been working as early childhood specialist there. Part of my role is to assess development delays in little people from 0 to 9 years old, and then provide them strategies, link them with the services they require to achieve their development milestones.
थैंक यू
That's what I do.
मैम। सोशल वर्क को हम एक ग्लोबल पर्सपेक्टिव पे हमने बहुत सारी डेफिनेशंस बहुत सारे ऑथर से पढ़ी है, बट आप ऑन फील्ड रही हैं, आपने उन चीज़ों को फील किया, तो आपके लिए सोशल वर्क क्या है मैम?
I think anyone can earn a degree in social work, but where the difference lies is how much passionate you are about your work, and that's what determines the level of work that you can deliver. And because you're working with people, so it's human to human connection. So it's more than a job, I would say. So it's more than a job for me personally.
बिल्कुल मैम। यू रिमेंबर a teacher came for here for a guest lecture and she asked why did you opt for social work?
Yeah.
And then I said कि my passion is to help people.
Yeah.
And when my passion works, my passion becomes my profession,
Yeah.
then the work becomes obviously
Yeah.
easy.
I think that's the best blend, and that's why I'm still passionate about what I'm doing, and I'm still passionate about learning more about it, and I'm so looking forward to keep doing what I love to do, and that makes me sort of follow the ethics and the work practices more conveniently because I love my work.
मैम आपकी इतनी सारी डिग्रीज और ये सब बताती हैं कि आप कितनी शौकीन रही हैं पढ़ाई से, वो कितनी उसमें आप डिटरमाइंड रही हैं। मैम क्या था कि आपने फ़िलासफ़ी में मास्टर्स ली, फिर पॉलिटिकल साइंस में और फिर पब्लिक एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में, बट इवेंचुअली यू कम टू सोशल वर्क। व्हाट वाज द ड्राइविंग फोर्स फॉर दैट?
I think my subjects always have been art subjects, so they are deep rooted and connected with knowing about society, people, cultures, and I personally keen about knowing about different cultures, people, helping people. So when I was doing my master in philosophy, I chose the subject as early childhood development as the topic of my research, and from there I just sort of was able to determine what pathways I'm going to follow, and yeah, like ever since I've been working in that field, and I'm still passionate about. So I think that was the point to know that okay, so that's the field I want to work with.
And that was reflecting in your lecture as well, that how much passionate you are.
Thank you so very much.
And मैम you talked about culture, तो मैम हम उस कल्चर से आते हैं जहाँ आज भी सुबह पहली रोटी गाय के लिए निकाली जाती है, और हम हमारे सोशल वर्क के प्रोफेशन में आते हैं और वी टॉक अबाउट एनिमल वेलफेयर एज वेल। तो मैम व्हाट डू यू थिंक, हाउ मच रोल डज आवर कल्चर, हमारी संस्कृति, हमारी सभ्यता कितना बड़ा रोल प्ले करती है हमारे सोशल वर्क प्रोफेशन में?
About what? Sorry.
About like मैम आप इंडिया से जाते हो, we as Indian believe that we got the richest culture, and हमारे वेद जो हैं हमें शुरू से सिखाते आए हैं दान के बारे में और ये सब। तो मैम ये सब चीज़ें भी आपको लगता है कि इंडियंस को सोशल वर्क प्रोफेशन में एक अपर प्लेस देती हैं?
It does. I think even if we know or not, we unknowingly practice those things in our day-to-day life, as you said. Helping other creatures and being empathetic towards them, and accepting all the creatures. So it reflects our culture, it reflects how passionate we are, how empathetic we are towards everything we have around us, and it does play a role in professional practice as well. So knowingly or unknowingly, we are into social work anyways.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
What's your best memory as a social worker?
I think I'm still making the memories, and I'll continue to make memories. And best thing in my work is that I've been able to help little people from 0 to 9 years old to achieve their goals, and that's the satisfaction I gain more than any monetary satisfaction. It's the happiness in their eyes, in their parents' eyes, that give me the best reward when they achieve their goals. When a child can't speak, but in a 12 months time he's able to talk and he's able to interact with his environment and family members and peers, so that's the best reward I get. So
that's really great, ma'am. What difference do you see in the approach in social work profession? आपने हमारे टीचर से भी बात करी और आपने वहाँ भी you have done everything in Australia regarding social work. So what the difference in approaches you have seen?
Well, I think in the Western countries it's more developed, and mental health is something that is understood well in those countries. So we still have to do some work on it in India, and that's why there is a huge scope of this subject in India. So I think we are doing the right thing, going the right way, and having that subject in this university is going to not only help students but the society as a whole, because we do need social workers, and people do need to know what social workers do and what walk of life, like where do they need them.
मैम हम बात करें अगर आगे देखा जाए तो कि सोशल वर्क को एक परमानेंट जॉब की तरीके से हम देखें कि जो सोशल वर्क के जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो इसे और ज़्यादा बोल्ड करने के लिए टू एस्टेब्लिश देमसेल्फ, व्हाट शुड बी द बेस्ट थिंग यू शुड सजेस्ट?
I think universities are doing the great job in providing that platform so that aspirants can gain a degree in it. So that's a big step, because having that professional knowledge and skills will provide the aspirants those very skills and everything that they require to practice their skills. Because social work is no more as it was earlier in yesteryears. Like, it's not that I say that I want to be a social worker and I will be. It's a practice-based field now, and I think universities are playing their part. And also, once we will have more social workers, society will get to know what social workers do and how do they support and how do they help them in the society.
तो मैम आपने कहा कि इंडिया में थोड़ा डेवलपमेंट कम है सोशल वर्क के प्रोफेशन का,
emerging, which is...
तो मैम हम आगामी भविष्य में कल्पना कर सकते हैं कि करप्रीत कौर मैम वापस इंडिया आएंगी और वो अपना एक्सपीरियंस लेकर?
Definitely. I mean, my roots always have been here, and I can't sort of change that. So I'm so lucky, I'm so fortunate that I was born and brought up here. It's just because of family circumstances and your we can say destiny that I am there. But there is no doubt that social work will sort of expand here, and this area will expand in terms of research, and in all walks of life people will get to know what social work is.
Ma'am, how do you see this the modernization and the new urbanization coming up and needs more social worker?
I do think so. I strongly believe that more the areas are emerging, the more social workers would be needed, because societal patterns are always changing. It's a dynamic perspective. For example, we didn't have childcare earlier in India. We always had our grandparents looking after our kids. But nowadays we can see emerging trends of childcare, aged care. So these are modern trends that are emerging here. So it's evolving. So definitely more trends evolve and better the scope of social workers to be there to work in different fields.
Ma'am, the whole world faced this crisis of COVID-19.
Yeah.
And how did you manage as a social worker? आपने क्या-क्या challenges face किए ma'am during this time?
Yes, that was definitely a challenging time, not on one region or a country, but on whole world. So people really struggled with mental health issues and isolation, and in fact myself, I was there in Australia. We couldn't visit our families for 4 years, and I came here after 4 years, and it's just the COVID effect that my husband is still there, and only myself and my children could come. And we had a couple COVID cases in our own family, so I personally experienced that phase where we were really stuck, and we needed counseling services. So that's where social workers and counselors played a huge role to bring life back to normal. So they play really a huge part at that time too.
Really,
Yeah.
ma'am, the whole
Yeah.
world faced the crisis.
Yes,
And the thing is, we managed very well at the end.
we did. Yes, we did. So
तो मैम, you have been with the kids from 0 to 9.
yeah.
तो मैम एक जो मेंटल इश्यूज़ पे पूरी दुनिया बात कर रही है, बहुत ज़्यादा है. तो मैम, एक सोशल वर्कर को तो मुझे लगता है कि सबसे ज़्यादा जो मेंटल प्रेशर होता है, बिकॉज उसे प्रोफेशनली अप्रोच करना चाहिए, क्योंकि आप घर पे उन बच्चों से थोड़ा सा परेशान भी होता है, थोड़ा गुस्सा भी आता है, और वो फिर वो फैमिली को इफेक्ट ना करे. तो मैम, आप अपने आप को बैलेंस कैसे रखती हैं?
Well, I think I was discussing that in my lecture as well, and I stress on it over and over again. Self-care is important. See your triggers, what triggers you, and what your responses are when you're stressed out, when you are triggered. See what's triggering you and how you're managing the responses, because it's really important to see what's triggering you and how you manage that. If you are opting a negative way, like depending on something which is not good for your health, or you are just isolating yourself, having some quiet time, or going for a walk, listening to music. So I would say, like, follow your passion as well. Like, don't forget what makes you happy. Do those things. Play with children and spend time with family members. Go out and about. Go for a movie. So just don't let life to just wash away your charms and your interests and the things that give you happiness.
I'm a social work student, and the things are that the whole setup is not that much diversified in India. So ma'am, what would you suggest as a social work profession, so that I can earn a sufficient amount after my graduation, and all the students, because this video will be watched by many social work students. So what will you suggest them कि हाँ ये करो, क्योंकि at the end we need in hand as well.
Yeah, of course.
Yes ma'am. तो कि कैसे सोशल वर्क के स्टूडेंट्स अपने आप को एस्टेब्लिश कर सकते हैं, सोसाइटी में बता सकते हैं कि सोशल वर्क एज अ प्रोफेशन ज़रूरी है और उसकी इम्पोर्टेंस भी है.
Look, in terms of job opportunities, it's not in our hands. However, we can stay aware about where the opportunities are emerging and what organizations are there where you can find the job opportunities in near future. And what we talked about, changing trends. We talked about aged care, child care, and counseling. So as a social worker student or aspirant, I would stay alert, and I would keep exploring what opportunities are there. So I would say it's your personal responsibility as well to dig deeper and to explore the opportunities, and to see where you can establish your career in. So yeah.
How much are you enjoying Australia?
Oh, it's a beautiful country. It's been 8 years, and I mean, every day is a blessing over there. So I mean, life is really good there. So I'm really grateful to be there, and I'm proud to be born and brought up here as well. So equally proud over there, because that's the country who gave us opportunity, and that's where we are living in. And it's a beautiful country, and lots of opportunities.
So we can say
so
once a social worker is always a social worker.
I think so. I think
and everywhere
so.
a social
yeah,
worker.
Everywhere, even at home, you practice those strategies, and you personally, it makes you a refined person. You can identify so many things that without studying this very field, you wouldn't be able to. So it's not about job. It's about knowing about yourself, society, your responses to society, and their contribution in your life. So I think that was the best decision I had to be to go in that field, and I'm really enjoying. And I think I know nothing about it. I really want to sort of keep learning in this field.
So ma'am, we are bachelor students, and to opt for masters in Australia for social work, what would be the process, ma'am?
I think you need to sort of for that you need to check the requirements. At this stage, you need IELTS, some score in IELTS in all modules, and then we need to see if your bachelor's degree will be recognized there. So if you have a bachelor's degree, definitely you can go for master course straight away over there. And I didn't have a bachelor in social work in particular. However, I was able to do master in social work because my background was social sciences. So
you had philosophy and
so those subjects helped me a lot.
Ma'am, UN and various organizations are like very much dedicated to social work. So ma'am, how these organizations are helping us, and what we can do to reach to them as a social work professions? We want a job in UN or something like that for social work.
I think I would say that explore where you are, what opportunities you have, how can you contribute to the society you're living in, and I think it's emerging fast. This subject is emerging fast, and I can see opportunities in near future. You never know if I could come back and work over here. So I would say that. Contribute to the society, at least give the society something back.
You can set your retirement plans here.
Maybe. I'm really fond of, and I discussed that with my husband as well. Like once our little ones are settled, I would like to go back and stay there and pay back. Can't pay back, but whatever I can do.
What motivates you the most?
In terms of what?
In terms of your work and so much of dedication.
I think the happiness and satisfaction I see in my clients' eyes, and the amount of change I can bring in their life gives me that push to work harder. And I'm not stick to 9-to-5 jobs. Sometimes I'm working. It's just about passion. It's not just about money. It's about passion. So sometimes I'm working overnight. Sometimes I'm working really hard during the weekends as well, when I don't get paid. So it's all about passion. I think if you follow your passion, you will get that spark to keep working and to keep working harder for your society.
What Karpreet ma'am do when she is free?
Well, I do a lot of things. I love cooking, so that's kind of therapy for me. So I love listening to music. I have nice pair of headphones, so I don't miss opportunity to listen to the music. I love shopping as well, so a little bit of browse.
The three things you said is in the blood of Punjabis.
yes. So
music, cooking and
shopping. So I do all that and go for a walk with my family. And during the weekend, we just plan something like going somewhere, and we always plan something around our kids because my kids are really young, 2 and 4 years old. So we just sort of focused on that, and we enjoy like being together when it's weekend. Thank
तो
you.
मैम बच्चे तो वैसे बहुत प्यार करते होंगे फिर आपसे इतना
बच्चे, हाँ बच्चों में मुझे बड़ा प्यार है बच्चों के साथ, तो मुझे ऐसा लगता ही नहीं कि मैं जॉब पे हूँ. टू बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट, सोशल वर्क इज़ ऑल अबाउट योर पैशन, कनेक्टिंग टू पीपल, उनके लिए काम करना, उनको हेल्प करना. तो इट्स रियली इम्पॉर्टेंट कि आपको लाइफ से प्यार होना चाहिए, तभी आप अपनी लाइफ से प्यार करोगे, अपनी फैमिली से प्यार करोगे, तो आपको वो चीज़ सोसाइटी में भी देखने को मिलेगी, आप उनको हेल्प करने के लिए ईगर होंगे. सो आई थिंक इट्स रियली इम्पॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड योर सेल्फ फर्स्ट, योर फैमिली पैटर्न्स एंड देन योर सोसाइटी.
Thank you so much, ma'am. At the end, one message for this university, for our social work student.
Well, I found the students very enthusiastic. I found them very keen learners. So I would say that follow your passions, whatever you're interested in. Just follow your passion, and that's the only way to achieve what you aspire for. And my best wishes are with you. Thank you so very much for today, and I really appreciate your time and all the efforts that you have made to make this happen. Thank you.
आज के इस बेहद उम्दा इंटरव्यू को सिर्फ 2 पंक्तियों से मैं ख़त्म करूँगा कि जब बोलूँ तो समाज में मिश्री घोलूँ, जब बोलूँ तो समाज में मिश्री घोलूँ, ऐसी ज़ुबान बना मुझे, ऐ खुदा कुछ भी बनाने से पहले इंसान बना मुझे.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We
Yeah,
really had a
thank
nice
you.
time, and we learnt a lot.
Oh, thank you so
And
very
this
much.
will, and we hope, ma'am, we will be connected with us, and will be keep, helping
Yeah.
us throughout our course and everything.
Sure, I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.